Hello friends, and welcome. If I look tired, it's because I just filmed this entire video, and as I was looking through the footage, I realized that my introduction, the video file, corrupted. So we're doing the introduction again. Hi friends, welcome. Today, I'm going to take you with me as I go through my yarn stash. So it's a bit of a different video for me. I don't have a huge yarn stash, but at the moment it feels unmanageable because I don't know what's in there. My database is completely out of date. I have no pictures. I don't know how much I have. I don't know what I have. I don't know what colors I have. So we're going to go through it today. I got a little bit fancy with it. I did set up a second camera, so we're going to try and get some time-lapse footage of the actual organization process. So I'm going to send you to DH in the past, who is going to show you what we're working with. So this is my yarn stash. It doesn't live here. It lives in various bookshelves around the house. These Sterilite totes fit perfectly into the cubbies of the IKEA Calyx. So that's what we use them for. I do have 8 totes. There's 2 more over here. I thought I only had 5. I don't know where the other 3 came from. So yeah, like I said, I don't know what's in them. So what we've got here is I have my scale, my bowl, paper, some clear bags, and then some empty bins, which already have some random balls of yarn. So my plan, this is the plan. I'm going to back up a bit so you guys can see. So the plan is to empty these bins onto this card table. Now, why aren't you using the floor, you say? A card table doesn't seem like enough space. I don't think I can get down and back up from the floor very easily. So we're using the card table. So my plan is to empty all of these boxes. You can see that I've tried to organize things into sweater quantities using these blue Walmart bags. It's not working. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out all of the blue Walmart bags, figure out what's in them, weigh the yarn that's in them, take notes, and then put them into these clear plastic bags because out of sight, out of mind. If they're in clear plastic, I know what's in each bin. I'm then going to repack the bins, hopefully a little bit neater, a little bit more organized. I'm going to label the bins 1 through 8 or 1 through 7, hopefully 1 through 6. We'll see. And then I can make a note as to what yarn is stored in what bin, and then I don't have to go digging through every single bin. So I have these little baskets, and I'm just going to set them up here along the side of the table. And as I go through and I find single skeins, they're going to go in the baskets. Because my biggest thing with single skeins is that I try to come up with a unique project for every single skein. And honestly, I just want to use them to make hats. So I would like one bin just dedicated to future hats. So as I find future hat yarns, they're going to go in one of these little baskets, and then I can make my hat bin at some point. Now, I don't think I'm going to be donating much, if any, yarn. I recently enough went through the stash and donated what I wanted to get rid of. There is a charity group here in the city that I work with. It's a Jewish crafting circle that resettles refugees in the city. So they use my donations not only to make stuff for the refugees, but also just to give directly to the refugees who would like to do some crafting of their own. So they got several large bags of yarn from my stash. So what's here is pretty much everything that I wanted to keep. All right, so I'm not going to show you every single yarn I go through. I'm going to stop occasionally and talk about a few different ones. And if you do see anything that you are curious about that I don't talk about, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will give you some more information. All right, so here we go. Okay, time for a short break. I am going to be taking several breaks, so there's going to be lots of cuts in the video. I have lung damage, which means that I have to take things real slow. I will have to stop often for breathing breaks. I've got my water, I'm going to be hydrating, but let's take a look at what we've gotten done so far. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. I swear they multiplied as soon as I got them out of the totes. Like, I don't know how these all fit. So in theory, each of these bags is a project to be. But like I said, I have no idea what's in them anymore. So, Now, I didn't take not all of the yarn is on the table. So these are mostly single skeins, things that I don't really know what to do with. I want to get Mount Bag Doom taken care of first. So, yeah, let's dive in. So I've been fussing with this one for a while, so I thought I'd tell you guys about it. But basically, I have a loud crinkly bag in my hand. Okay. So I've been fussing with this one for a while because basically I have a ton of this yarn, Ice Cream Big Scoop, in the color Cake Batter, which is very clearly transcoded. So I want to do something with it. Oh, look, I started winding the skein. Okay. So I thought that I had wound it all up triple stranded for a bulky cardigan. I have not. The 2 skeins in the bowl are triple stranded. The rest of it is single stranded. So I'm going to weigh it separately and see if I do want to triple strand the rest, because I'm not sure. So, because my original thought was with it triple stranded, I didn't really want to make a cardigan anymore. I was thinking of a jelly roll blanket, but if I have enough single strand to make some kind of garment, I might do that instead. I just don't know. So I'm going to weigh it and find out how much I have of it single strand and how much I have of it double strand or triple strand. Alright, so I have done 5 yarns so far, and I need a break. Although I forgot that one thing that I wanted to do was take pictures of each sweater quantity. And as you can see, I've already gone through several, so I'm going to sit down and take those pictures now. So under the table, I'm putting yarn that isn't currently in a project. Over here is yarn that is currently in a project, because I'll want to store that separately. And then we've got some stuff in our hat box. Probably going to have to move to the next hat box soon. Okay, so yeah, break time. Alright, so this is one that I'm going to talk about a little bit. If you hear any weird noises behind me, Early is playing with a bottle cap in the hallway behind me. This is one that I want to talk about a little bit. So, I love Patons Canadiana. As you can see, this whole pile is Patons Canadiana. I want to make a sweater, pullover, cardigan, something with it. But it's in so many different colors. Let me move this bowl. See if I can lay them out a little bit more. Because I've got light gray, mid gray. There's another mid gray, dark gray. I've got 3 of these beautiful teals, 2 burgundies, a green tea heather. There's another dark gray. There's my light gray. Then I've got yellow and blue. So there's light gray together. Oop. I'm gonna have to deal with all these strings. Light gray, and here's the dark gray. So like that's the palette. I think I could make something pretty cool with this. I just need to figure out what, which means I need to figure out how much I have of it. So this is another one that I'm not quite sure what to do with. Also, if you guys are triggered by all the loose hanging yarn in on each of these bags, so am I. I'm going to fix it before I put everything away, but if I stopped and fixed it now, I won't get this initial sort done. So, this is Loops and Threads Wool-like. It is discontinued. I have this much of it. This green ball is already wound up, so it's double-stranded, and I think I would double strand the rest because it is a very light fingering. Like very light fingering. And I don't have that kind of patience. Double stranded, it works up at a nice DK. So this is another one that I'm going to have to figure out something to do with all of this. So again, first thing we're going to do is we're going to weigh it and see how much I actually have. So you guys may recognize this yarn as the dearly departed Nakraga sweater. I did end up frogging it. It's here. This was the sweater right here. So I am working on a cabled Aran sweater, the Stellar Sailor. So I think this is actually going to become a storm sweater, the petite knit pattern. I'd probably get the storm sweater for men, and then I'd have to rework it at a larger gauge because this is a pretty heavy Aran weight yarn. So I think that's the plan for this, but I am going to weigh it just in case, because this ball was like, these are full skeins, but that ball was frog, so I want to know exactly how much is in it so that I can get a good yardage estimate. All right, so I've got 4 more bags here on the table to go through, which is not a lot, but I am tired, so I'm taking another break. Remember to take lots of breaks when you're doing this. Drink water. Sorry for the shaky camera. My hands are starting to shake, which means I definitely need a break. So let's take a little break and we will be back. All right, so this is all sock yarn. Well, this is technically just fingering weight yarn, but the rest of it is sock. Well, that's also not sock. Anyways, this is all fingering weight yarn. Solid fingering weight with a high wool content. I know I want to make nightfall, but I don't know if I have enough for 2 sweaters here. So this beautiful alligator green, I have 4 balls, and these are each 50. I have 4 balls of the beautiful alligator. I have 5 of this gunpowder gray, 2 of this blue. I'm not quite sure how much I have of the flora. 2 of the sage, 1 green, 1 pink, 2 brown, and then this boy, this Ice Yarns fingering weight, I have 9 balls. And I think these ones are 100 grams. Please hold. Nope, 50 grams. Okay. No, I don't have 9 balls. I have 8 times 2 plus 1. 17. I have 17 balls of it because I've got 2 of these. Oh no, okay, I have 16 balls of it. So I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to note how much I have of each color, but just having this footage and having the pictures of what the yarns look like next to each other is going to help me project plan. So yeah. All right, we are down to the final 2 bins. So this bin houses my tools and my active whips. So I do need to sort this out a little bit because some other stuff is snuck in here. So this just needs to be sorted and added to these bags here. These are all single random skeins. So some of them are going to be thrown out. Most of them are just going to go into the hat box. This might actually just become the hat box, but I'm going to go through it one by one just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright, so I'm glad I did that because, well, I did find mostly just random hat yarns. I did find these 2 balls of Cookie Meadow, which is probably enough for a garment, and also more woolike. So that'll be added to the bag of woolike. I found some random glitter threads, which we'll keep, and a couple balls for donation. Alright, so that's all the sorting done. We've reached the point of organization where we've created a bigger mess than we had in the beginning. So I'm going to take a little break now. And then when I come back, it's going to be getting these all back into the tubs and writing down which tub everything is in. That is the key. All right, I'll be back. From this angle, it looks like I have Dumbo ears. It's not me. It's a Dumbo pillow. Also, Gigi's here. He wanted to be in the video so badly, I let him. Okay, so I had to sit, I had to think, and I think I have a plan. So the plan is, first I'm going to get all of these hat yarns into a box. And I think I'm going to have enough room in that bin to put my supplies that I don't use in the same bin. And that'll free up some room in the other ones. Then I think I'm going to need 2 for whips. So I have 8 total, one's for hats, 2 for whips. That leaves 5 for stash. So I'm just going to try and get the bags. I'm just going to try and get it all neatly away into the bins. But the big step is labeling. So I'm going to label the bins 1 through 5, 6, whatever, and then mark down on my little notepad which yarn is in which bin, and that info is going to go into my Notion so that I know where everything is and I don't have to go digging for it, which is the whole point of this exercise. All right, let's dig back in. All right, so that is all of the stash in 4 tubs. Well, the so that's hats and equipment. The rest of it, hi Pico. The rest of it is in 4 tubs when I thought I would need 5. So that's really exciting. So I have numbered these tubs. I'm actually going to label each of the tubs with which number. So that was 1. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll make hats 1 instead of just labeling it hats. And next, the whips. This pile's stressing me out, so we need to get it done. Isn't that right, Peaks? Yeah? Do you have anything else to say to the people? Okay. Goodbye. So I was right. I do only really need 2 bins for my whips. I know that one looks a little over full, but it'll fit. This bin was actually only about half full, but when I was going through it, I found this project, which is my Beautiful Day cardigan, which is kind of on thin ice, might get frogged, might get restarted, I'm not sure. So because it's still on the needles and it might become a whip again, I'm putting it back in here. But basically, sorry for the crinkling. But basically this is yarn for my active whips. So these are the ones that I'm actively working on. So yeah, I probably need to put some of these away, but it is what it is. And then these are the ones that are like truly in hibernation, as well as all of my straight needles. And then this one needs to go back in my drawer. All right, so we've got those 2. We've got these 5, which all need to be labeled. And then the final step will be getting everything logged into Notion. And then the fun part, I can start project planning. Not for this stuff, for this stuff. Okay, so I've made my signs. I have labeled my bins. The only thing I have left to do is to take my notes. So these are every yarn, which bin they are in, and then the weights, and put this all into Notion. So that's actually going to take a while because I have to put in the weights, calculate the yardage, and then put the pictures along with the entries. And for most of these yarns, the ones that don't have I didn't take pictures of the labels, and some of them didn't have labels, so I have to go look up the yarn information to be able to calculate the yardage. So that's just gonna, it's just gonna take a while. So I am going to give you a quick tour of the Notion when it is fully updated. But until then, I'm going to go and do some digital organization. All right, see you guys.